what's kind of going? What's the thought process? How are you guys kind of keeping it together in that process?
Yeah, that we were talking about we needed a couple first downs to salt the clock. They had a couple timeouts. We had a nice run with Foreman, off the left side, and I was like, okay, we got a first and goal. Face mask. He's like, I couldn't get my hand off the face mask. It happens. And then we keep having these chunk plays. And I'm like, all right, we're making a play, and I'm running down to pick a guy up, and I turn around, and someone's holding call. And I don't know. I got to watch the tape, but some of these might be a little suspect, and we'll see what happens. But we really don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot at the end of the game like that. We're in field goal range. We got to take care of ourselves. So it's something we'll learn from. But we got the win, which is all that matters.
Fair to say that, however it had to happen today, you guys just had to try to find that way.
Yeah, I don't think it was a must-win, but it feels pretty dang good to win. I would not have been happy camper going back home losing. AFC team on the road after we laid an egg last week. It wasn't pretty, but we found a way to win, and people stepped up all game. Our special teams, our defense, offense did just enough. So it was a good team win.
Besides the new set of downs, what happens when you're able to run at somebody out there?
Well, it tires them out. It lets you go forward. You're not going back all game. It gives you a chance to help sell the play action and the jump sets and all those type of things where you can develop a game. And I think truly the main thing is it helps the line get into a rhythm of the game. When you're hitting pads, you're sweaty, you're grabbing guys, I think that just helps you get in a rhythm and it helps the offense. You're going to focus on that. We talked about it. We said whatever they call, we got to execute. But we said if we're going to call runs, we got to make it work. And that's kind of our goal. But we don't know. We talk. We block what's called, but we definitely wanted to run the ball a little bit more.
I know there were some injuries for the reason, but you guys played all 5 lines on the first possession, all 5 guys. A couple different tight ends, 2 extra linemen. I feel like you got all 3 running backs. I feel like you got everybody involved in that longest stretch.
Yeah. We needed to. The guys were getting tired. No, honestly, we knew the first play was going to put 7 linemen on the field. It's like, hey, we're going to run the ball, and we got to make a statement. We said we got to make this play work. We worked on it a bunch this year, and then we kind of go through the script on that first 15 and fill our way out. But when you have a 16-play drive, you have an opportunity to do different formations, different personnel groups. That's what you wanted. You tired them out, and it was a good start to the game. No, we still have the jumbo packages, man. We were joking we want to get our 8th guy on the field for one of those runs too, like the old Stanford days with Harbaugh and Shaw.
Joe, you talked so much. All the guys this week talked so much about like turning the page on week 1, but to actually come out and do it, what does that say about you guys and being able to not dwell on that one too much?
Just a resiliency. We know we laid an egg. We know we didn't play good enough. The guys are probably our best week of practice, just like competitiveness. That Thursday padded practice was very competitive. Guys were trying to get better and push, and we know we have to continue to get better. But there was such a renewed focus, and it sucks. Like, you don't want to have to get slapped in the face to, like, wake yourself up. But for us, I think it did that this week, and hopefully we can build on that. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, you don't ride the roller coaster, baby, and we don't ride it either. Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
It's still just a huge sigh of relief to get that first in and not start 0-2.
I told some of the rookies walking in, I was like, no matter how you get them, there's nothing like winning a football game in the NFL. It's hard. It's never easy. But, yeah, getting this win was big time for us.
What were you thinking as those last minutes played out?
Yeah. Well, it was never easy. My mom always texts me after the games like, I got a bunch of gray hairs now. And so it never easy. But, we really thought we had the first goal or first, 10, and then the face mask, legal formation, I think a couple holdings, 2 or 3 maybe. And then at that point, it's like, all right, defense is going to have to step up and make a play. They get a huge safety. We get the ball back then, and then, we're thinking we're getting first down, the game's over. And obviously we didn't do that. And I think we'll learn from that. We'll learn that we got to take care of the ball in that situation, maybe take a sack at the end there. But it's always better to learn after a win.
How much more of an advantage is it just for you guys when you go with those sort of like heavy sets where you have multiple linemen in there that are eligible and they're kind of out there blocking for you guys? And how much of a momentum building is that for you guys to kind of get things going?
Well, I think this week we really needed to because, David was out and we're, we wanted to try and focus on the run game. And we love Jordan and Whitehart, our other guys are playing tight end, but we know Zach is drafted to block people, so we want to get him and Nick on the field as much as we can, and then you can take some play action shots off that as well. So it works out good.
Along those lines, just when the run game is going as successfully as it did today, I know you've talked about how jazzed you guys get as an offensive line when that's happening, but just what does that do for the entire offense when that you're not behind the sticks, you're kind of ahead, you're moving the ball that way?
It's perfect. Everything's easier 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 2 than when you're in those deep down and distances. So for us, I think it has to be a staple for us, and we have to keep working at it. And hopefully next week we can run the ball and have less holding calls, and that way we can really capitalize on it.
One more thing, just on the holding calls, because I know you kind of joked, like, you'll have to check the tape and see if some of those were legitimate. But, like, last week it was obvious stuff, like procedural, lining up, whatever.
Yeah.
Those are easy correctable. What's the conversation like, well, when it's a holding and maybe you guys don't necessarily think it should have been called against you? Like, how do you kind of approach changing that? For
I don't know. Some of them are just like out of your control. Like if you're blocking for a guy and you think the running back's going one way and he goes the other, like it's price of doing business. Other ones, if it's technical, like hey, you're outside the framework, so you get beat by your feet. Usually that's when they call holding. So we're gonna have to look at the tape and really see what was our issues. There's some that can be correctable. Some are part of playing the game, and hopefully we get